Nepal PM visits India, delegation-level talks with PM Modi today. GS Paper 2, International Relations, India and its Neighbors. What is the context about? The newly elected Prime Minister of Nepal visits India in his first official trip abroad. He said that his government wanted the constitution to work for all sections of Nepali society, after months of deadly protests last year by the Mardeshi minority. Nepal's previous administration had accused India of imposing an unofficial blockade on the landlocked nation in support of the Mardeshis. But Dahal's trip to New Delhi, his first foreign visit since taking office, is seen as an attempt to heal ties with India. What actually was the crisis of Nepal that its previous administration blamed India for? Nepal's crisis was that the so-called elite people of Nepal doesn't consider people in Madhesh as their countrymen. Madeshis and Tharas have been living in Terai regions, Nepal's southern plains bordering India, of Nepal since ages. Madeshis and Tharas have been protesting for their rights since very long. However, Tharas are indigenous community living in the Terai since time immemorial. It is wrong to say that all Tharas and Madeshis are people from bordering Indian states. Terai region was populated several decades ago by Madeshis, a set of people who've been moved in from the Indian states of UP and Bihar. That movement of people was encouraged by Nepal at that time. These people haven't had their citizenship rights and political representation in Nepal. The Constitution of Nepal that has come into effect since September 2015 doesn't have the full acceptance of the Madeshis, and they are objecting to it. Many members of traditionally marginalized groups of Nepal fear that the constitution will work against them as it's been rushed through by established parties which, including the Maoists, are dominated by high caste, mostly male, leaders. Women's groups and campaigners on women's issues say the new constitution discriminates against Nepalese women in what is already a patriarchal society. India didn't wholeheartedly welcome the constitution and asked the Nepal government to hear to dissenting voices. Thus Nepal's previous administration had accused India of imposing an unofficial blockade on the landlocked nation in support of the Madeshis. Why is Nepal important for India? Political importance. India has to ensure sound political stability in Nepal. A slight instability would tend to have a spillover effect among the neighboring states. Like Bangladesh, Nepal is a hotbed of Maoist and Naxalites insurgents which have the potential of disrupting India's internal security. Strategic and military importance. Noting the expansionist policy of China, Nepal acts as a strong intermediator between the two economic giants. The Gurkha regiment in the Indian Army provides a strong base to the country which has the third largest army in the world. India and Nepal jointly man the Nepal-Tibet border under 1950 treaty provisions. Economic importance. India can tap Nepal's hydroelectric power for supplying electricity to the unelectrified villages of UP and Bihar. This would also make India move a step closer of achieving the 175 gigawatts target from renewable resources by 2022. Nepal is also a source of cheap labor which would be extremely helpful for the success of the government's Startup India campaign by providing affordable manpower.